Happy lunch hour, guys. All right, I was going to get going on things, but I got a boatload of emails this morning asking more for the uh, fertilizer chart and stuff. And then, of course, as I sent all those, everybody was asking me, what's balanced? What's eggshell juice? Yada, yada, yada. So I thought I'd show you real quick how to make this stuff and what you need. Okay, I'll just make up some real quick. But, y'all were asking about why I use this. There's the greenhouse, guys. Okay, my little under my workbench greenhouse. That's just some of the plants I've got going, if you can see all the way back. That's 12 feet deep, guys. That's what's growing in here. And that's flowers, that's vegetables, that's God knows what. But, yeah. And, right here in front of me is green peppers, as you see them growing nicely. So I want to show you guys how to make some of these fertilizers. All right, so as we sit here, obviously in the garage, because I'm not doing this at the kitchen table, and no, none of the stuff that I'm using is putting food in. This is all for gardening, okay? Just give you this. So the first one everybody asks me about, I get this question quite often, is what's my balanced fertilizer, my 10-10-10, okay? And this is what you're going for. All right, if I look in here, I've got chicken bones. Snap them up. I've got banana peels. I can't really pull out any coffee grounds, and then there's eggshells. And it takes me a few weeks, couple weeks to collect a bowl this big, okay? It is crucial that you dry them out in the oven around 250 degrees, depending on how much you've got on a cookie sheet. Take your eggshells go pretty quick, coffee grounds go pretty quick, banana peels take a little bit longer, but you're looking, half an hour, whatever. But you want to get them to the point where they are banana peel dry, okay? Reason being, you do not want any moisture in this. If you have any moisture in there, it will mold, and you don't want that. That's going to defeat everything. So what you're going to do is take all of this. There is no magic. You need to have so many ounces of this and so many ounces of this. Whatever you have in coffee grounds, whatever you have in eggshells, whatever you have in chicken bones, how you prepare the chicken bones, boil them off until you can get them down, all the meat and the cartilage and everything off, so you're just left with the bone, and then you bake those, okay? But you get them totally dry, you bake them all down, you get it to that, run it through a blender, and this is what I wind up with. Jars and jars of this. A bowl this size will make me about a half-gallon jar, okay? I got a bunch of these. That is what you're using in lieu of your 10-10-10. That is what I call balanced fertilizer, okay? So the second one is nitrogen, okay? And we all know nitrogen is what a plant needs to get the green growth, all right? Your little plants, here's a oregano, I believe. Here's an oregano, okay? It's just in a cup. It'll get planted into a bigger pot. I want it to grow bigger. I want it to be, more green. The green growth on plant requires nitrogen. The best free source for nitrogen is right here. Yeah, urine, okay? Pee in a jar, simple, okay? Here is a gallon pitcher of water. This is how difficult it is, guys, okay? I take my gallon jug of pee, turkey baster, fill up my turkey baster, poof, once, twice, and I now have a gallon of high nitrogen fertilizer, liquid form, which the plants can uptake immediately for free, okay? I think you guys can make this. And if you can make that, you can make that. Real easy. But that's what's going to give you your lush green growth. That is what is going to help the plants grow. Now remember, what you're looking for in your plant growth, this is where the big box stores lie to you. They say, put 10, 10, 10 on it and you'll be fine. No, okay, that's not true. Green growth requires nitrogen. That's what helps the plants photosynthesize. That's why you get bigger green plants. If you put too much nitrogen, if all you fertilize your tomatoes with is nitrogen, you're going to get huge green plants and no tomatoes, okay? This is why you also need this, because your banana peels are a source of potassium, which is necessary for the root growth, okay? That's what potassium does, helps you with your root growth. The phosphorus is what helps you for the fruiting growth. You know, getting your tomatoes, getting your green peppers. Do I need phosphorus for this? Not really. Why? Oregano doesn't fruit, okay? I'm eating the greens. That needs potassium and nitrogen. Okay? So those are two on the sheet that you want to take a look at. The other one, and this is your science experiment for the day, okay? And there's also, there's eggshells in here too. This is all your slow release stuff, guys, okay? This is your slow release fertilizer. This is your fast release fertilizer. Same, okay? When do you need fast? You need those plants to grow so over time they can take up the slow release stuff when they're ready to fruit. Like I said in the live stream last night, you gotta understand that plants need different things at different times. The big one everybody asks me all the time is about calcium, okay? And there are eggshells in the balanced fertilizer for a slow release fertilizer, okay, for a slow release calcium. They will be powdered, as you see all the little white dots in there. That's pretty much eggshell, probably some of it's chicken bone too. Chicken bone's giving you the phosphorus that you need, okay? Bone meal. You need for your tomatoes, for your peppers and everything like that, a fast release, a liquid calcium, something the plants can suck up immediately, preventing blossom end rot, okay? Eggshells. That's about 6 eggshells. That's all you need, guys, okay? You're having breakfast this morning with the family for Easter, you're baking a cake or whatever it is, and you got eggs. That's literally this will make me a year's worth of fertilizer, 6 eggshells, okay? A year's worth of liquid fertilizer. I'll show you what I'm gonna do here, okay? It's about 2 ounces worth of eggshells. You want to crack them so they are relatively big. You do not want to powder these, okay? You want to leave them, 1/4 inch square, somewhere thereabouts. Obviously, they're eggshells. You're not going to get them perfect. This is vinegar, okay? This is 20 ounces of vinegar, 10 to 1. 2 ounces of eggshells, 20 ounces of vinegar. Any kind of vinegar. I showed you, month and a half ago, 2 months ago, how to make your own vinegar. In an SHTF situation, guys, again, if you know how to do it, I'm not saying you have to do this now, but having the knowledge and how to do this stuff will let you have the things that you need going forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 20 ounces of vinegar and I'm going to pour it over my 2 ounces of eggshells. The biggest key with these eggshells, guys, you have to bake them first, okay? Wash them off, get that, that little sliminess that's on the inside of an eggshell after you peel it or whatever it is. When you crack an egg to make scrambled eggs, it's got that sliminess inside. Or when you boil an egg and you get that thin film or whatever that you kind of peel off, okay? That's why you need to bake the eggs first. You need to get rid of that. Otherwise, that will cause your mixture here to mold, and you don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do a little scientific experiment here. I'll try to hold this in front of the camera. Pour your vinegar in relatively slowly. Okay, I'll get maybe about 1/3 of it going forward. Okay, and as long as we don't. But if you look, you can already see. Try to get it in the camera. Hopefully you can see. You can see bubbles coming up. Okay. You're already having a chemical reaction. So I'm going to add the rest, or another 1/3 of my vinegar here. Get more of it going. There's some few coffee grounds in there too, because I took these eggshells out of that bucket that have already been baked. Add it all in. Okay. So now what I have is nearly a quart mason jar of eggshells and vinegar. You're going to let this percolate, if you will, for about a week, thereabouts. What you're doing is neutralizing the vinegar and making a calcium acetate. Okay. Now you can really start seeing it a little bit, if you can see up close there. See how the bubbles coming up? That's carbon dioxide being released from the eggshells into the vinegar. It's neutralizing the vinegar and releasing the calcium into the vinegar. Next thing to do, this is just a paper towel. You can use whatever you want, just something that's breathable, okay? And a ring, okay? And just get it on top there. Tighten it down. Reason why that part is important, this will attract gnats like crazy. If I put the paper towel over the top, it can still breathe. That carbon dioxide can escape. Therefore, I'm not going to have an exploding bottle, okay? And in a week or so, I'm going to have a liquid calcium fertilizer. If you made your own vinegar, for free. Again, put this around the base of your plants or whatever, your tomatoes, your peppers, your eggplants, again, primarily your nightshades, and you're not going to have the blossom end rot worries, because what you're creating here is a liquid calcium that the plants can take up immediately. If you want to go to the store and buy calcium acetate, calcium sulfate, whatever it is, go for it. Price it out. It ain't cheap. It'll cost you $15 for that much of it. Okay. When this is done, like I said, that's enough to last me a year. Why? Because here's how you use this. Once this is done in a week, 10 days, boy, you can really see the bubbles going out. So this one's going to turn out good. I'm using about a tablespoon of this mixture per gallon of water. Got a sprinkling can, 2 gallons of water, 2 tablespoons. That's going to cover, a full-size tomato plant, a fruiting tomato plant. 2 gallons of water, you're golden. Okay. But this is it, guys. You don't have to do this stuff now, but if you learn how to do it now, it's a skill. And when Walmart doesn't exist, when Home Depot doesn't exist, or if you don't want to spend the money for all the stuff in the store, and I just showed you how easy it is to make, come on, you can pee in a jar and put it in water. There's liquid nitrogen, okay? You got eggshells for breakfast this morning and some vinegar, boom, there's your calcium, okay? All this stuff, you're throwing in the garbage. That's what I grow my garden on. And I save myself, I don't know, a couple of $100 a year in fertilizers. And it works. Because a lot of you guys asked for that fertilizer spreadsheet, and because a lot of you asked questions, what's balanced? What's eggshell juice? This is how you're using it. Pretty much it's 10 to 1. Gallon of water, 10 to 1 for urine, okay? Tablespoon of this, gallon of water, you're golden. This, you're gonna grind it. This takes a while because you're saving the stuff. Unless, like many of you said, you can get with a diner or a Starbucks and say, hey, can I get all your coffee grounds? They'll give them to you free. You could probably ask the local restaurant, if you got a little breakfast place, hey, can you save all your eggshells for me? I want the eggshells. Banana peels, that may be a little bit more difficult to get, but hey, okay. If you like bananas or the kids like bananas, save the banana peels. Potato skins work great for phosphorus, just like chicken bones do, okay? We eat a lot of chicken. Bone meal, I'll know what that is. I do this, I showed you guys, I think originally at Thanksgiving, on taking a turkey carcass and doing this with. This is how easy it is, guys. This is what our ancestors did. Most of this stuff I learned from my family, my grandfather, back in Eastern Europe. They didn't have a Walmart to go to with,
fertilizer sections and everything like that. They used what they had. That's what this is. And it works. Pinball out.